Hi, Gemini. This is your chakra reading for May 2022. When I was meditating on your energy, this whole thing came through. This whole message came through about some kind of divine counterpart, creating your dream partner. I pretty much never get like messages pushing their way through like that when I'm trying to do something else. So it felt like it was pretty important. So I recorded it and I'm going to upload that separately. But anyway, on to your chakra reading for May 2022. You're looking pretty good. I'm really liking what I'm seeing here. So I'm going to start with your root chakra. Most people's chakras came mostly in order right now. So I feel like people are just shoring things up, and then there's going to be like all these tangents going. Everybody's sort of getting their foundation laid right now, and it's almost done. So your root chakra looks pretty good. I see it's where it needs to be. It's maybe a little bit lighter on energy. I'll think about that. So you have a little bit more masculine energy in here. More than say, like more than balanced, but I like this for you. It feels like you kind of need to rely a little bit more on this foundational, like this masculine energy. Keeping that at your root. That came through in that earlier reading too. So this is okay. I'll think about if there's anything else to be going on there. Your sacral chakra looks really good. It looks great, actually, but I did get the sense that it's had a little of its ups and downs lately. So I would just be proactive in this, and pay particular attention to like keeping this. So, you want to, the ways that you'll know if it's getting out of balance, you'll have mood swings. Your sexual energy can be either higher or lower than what would be your normal. Or, you could go like comfortably numb. And then getting to that point, like where you're just like, nothing's really doing it for me. Right. That's how you'd know this was getting out of balance. So I just proactively keep this in order. I would like do some cool tropical fruits. Mango, papaya, pineapple. You could mango and papaya particularly, and drink a lot of extra water. Just even orange fruits. You could do oranges too. You want to keep this in great condition because, like I said, I got the feeling it's kind of gone back and forth. Your solar plexus chakra, this little outer coating, it's weird. It's not like, it's like, usually I'll see like it'll have a tear in it, or I'll see this outer net that's around it be like just worn through. And that's what I'm seeing for you, more of like it's worn through. But there are some like small leaks. They're just like so small and thin. It's almost like this whole thing is just dissipating, or it might be like rebuilding itself. It just feels really paper thin. I see it there, but it feels paper thin. So I think we can do some things for this solar plexus chakra. One is make a list every day. It's funny. I was just talking to a friend of mine about my solar plexus, and he said, "What about making lists?" And I'm thinking, like, I recommend that to everyone all the time, and I wasn't doing it. So make a list, a daily list. These can't be things that are too big or too small. Put self-care on the list. This sounds very silly. It's not semantics. This has practical application. So put self-care on the list. You can either write self-care, or you can write what you're going to do that day. You're going to do yoga. You're going to, let yourself have a beer, like whatever. And make this list every day, the things that you're going to do that day, even if they're very small things that you know you can accomplish. This isn't about like getting, this isn't about grinding or like hustling or any of that business. It's just about making a list of the stuff you're going to do that day. You don't even need to be pushing yourself. Just make the list and then make sure you cross things off. As silly as it sounds, cross off the list. And the water will help. I would also do some midday sun. I don't know what I'm doing there. Sun. Doctors recommend 20 to 30 minutes a day. I'm not a doctor, but I don't want you to get a sunburn or like anything else. But yeah, midday sun, noon sun particularly would be good for you for the solar plexus chakra and making your list. Your heart chakra, some of your solar plexus energy was sort of floating up the thing that bothers me about it is it was very stealth. Could barely see it. Really, truly, barely see it working its way over into your heart chakra. I'm not sure what was going on there. It doesn't feel like it needs to be there. And I can't tell if it's coming or going. But what I can tell is that your heart chakra doesn't love it. So we want to do some things to fortify your heart chakra. If you've been working on opening up your heart chakra, give it a break. It needs a break because of whatever this is going on. It's like, it's irritated, inflamed. I just don't like the way it feels. So, green leafies. You can cook them, but, raw is always better. Sturdy. Kale with the stem, not the curly kale. Kale, collards, mustards, real greens. And I would eat a lot of them. Like if you can, blend them up. Or just eat a big salad. Or, if you want to cook them, whatever. But the point is, eat them. And that'll kind of just like fortify your heart chakra. It needs less nurturing right now, and more like fortification. So a little bit more masculine energy in there. I'm stalling because I'm seeing something else and I can't place it. So I'm going to keep going and I'll come back to it. So your throat chakra is looking pretty good. It's kind of was pulsing in and out. Like I saw the energy getting smaller and bigger, which was letting me know like this has been doing that for you. So it's not just a matter of what it looks like right now today, but it's sort of telling me what it's been doing over the last, I don't know, feels like a while. But particularly like 3 weeks maybe. So I feel like you're finding a really good place with this throat chakra, and then it's sort of losing your belief in yourself. And I feel you questioning lately, like, maybe I should keep that part to myself. Like, it's very important to let it all hang out right now. And I don't mean that you have to be like, putting on some kind of crazy expressive outfit and like, running topless through the town square to be expressive or to let it all hang out. It's just like, do not censor yourself in any way. So if you're, in a conversation that's more of a professional nature and, you would normally say something about your kooky side, and you find yourself like, going like, oh, I should filter that. Like, just don't. You don't need to filter yourself. You need to be focused on being around the right people. The people around you right now are very important. You can only have people who are on their A game, and people who are not on their A game will expect you to filter because they'll think like that's the quote unquote professional thing to do. But people who really get it, even in the professional world, like there's some people on their A game, like they know that your greatest success comes from really digging in embodying who you are. And they wouldn't expect anyone else to filter. And quite honestly, like when you're on your A game like that, you don't care. Like you don't have time to worry about what somebody said and if it offended you. I mean, there's one thing like, you know, like I'm not talking about hate speech. I'm just talking about ridiculousness. But a lot of it, it's just like you don't need to go there. So just that's what I mean by let it all hang out. Just be truly yourself. You are perfect. You are in a sweet spot. You're exactly where you need to be right now. And the thing that can trip you up is some of this throat chakra stuff, this questioning of self. So just don't do it. You're perfect. Like your energy feels so good. Speaking of so good, your third eye chakra looks dope. So, like literally nothing to do there. And I think you already know it. The only thing is, you've reached a pretty high level with this third eye, and you have to maintain this. And I'm not telling you this for like the health of your energy system. I'm telling you this like this is your responsibility now. Like you wanted to attain this level of sort of like higher consciousness, because we'll talk about this in conjunction with the crown chakra in a minute. But like you've achieved a really high level, and it would be irresponsible for you to go back now, because you're learning things that can help a lot of people. And so it's like, be good to yourself in this way, be indulgent. And it's not going to cut into your professional time. None of that's going to happen, because the reason everything else is looking really good is this guy right here. Because you know like it's just leading you to all the right places. You don't even have to deal with BS right now. And so when you indulge this chakra and keep it in pristine condition, everything else is easier. So it's, you know, like the work smarter, not harder, but like spending 20 minutes here could save you 2 hours with doing stuff just like in your life, right? So do it. It's going to keep you in that flow state. And like I said, at this point, sorry, you're pot committed. You're there. And then what I'm seeing, your crown chakra looks really good. And this is not stuck energy. This is like some new information that's coming. I saw it. It was almost like getting beamed down into you. So I would also, you know, being indulgent where this is concerned, really, it's almost like for this, it's actually like you actually need it for the health of this chakra because of what's going on. So doing this stuff will also help your crown chakra. You're getting like sort of an upgrade, and you asked for it. Whoops. So you're getting it. And like I said, you're pot committed now. And you know, like you just need to stay really healthy. I would actually do some sound healing. And if you can get in front of instruments, that's always better. Like instruments, even including, you know, whatever, piano, guitar, violin, the gong, the singing bowls, whatever. Being in front of sound is always better, or tuning forks if you have one. But, you know, you can find on YouTube sound healing. There's pure tones. There's, you know, the bowls and all that stuff recorded. I would do that. And I would do it like while you're falling asleep, and honestly for like an hour if you can. If you can put it on while you're meditating, which you must be doing some form of. If you're not, you should be. I can feel some of you go, ugh, I know I should be. Yep, you should. You can't keep this up for that much longer. And okay, so an hour a day when you're falling to sleep. Good set of headphones. And overall, like, you're in really good shape, Gemini.